People often ask if it's possible for new entrant and early learners to develop higher order thinking skills. My belief is that children who have come to school have been fabulous learners for 5 years already, and they're already trying new things. They've got their own ideas, and to say that it's hard, the children come knowing how to do it. I think it's probably hard for teachers and for us to be able to tap into it, but if they've got a framework and are able to make their learning visible, then absolutely they are learners. They're not new learners, and the learning that they've been doing is higher order.
My connection with lions and cats. They both have whiskers and they both have fur, and they both have wet noses.
And Patty, you said before when you made that connection, you said cat and lion can connect because
They're both cats.
they're both cats. Is there anything else that we mightn't have a hexagon of, but is there anything else that can connect with those cats? One of my very new students, and we were talking about camouflage and things that are the same colour, and he started off saying that a polar bear is white. So that was giving me one idea and being able to describe the polar bear, what he saw. The next idea he said, he added to his ideas, he said the polar bear is white because it needs to be camouflaged. So he's now put the because in, which the children know is the step for showing that they'll be able to link their ideas together, making a connection with their ideas. So first of all, it was the polar bear is white. The polar bear is white because he can use it for camouflage. And then to try and get his thinking to a higher order, I said, well, why do you think that the polar bear needs to be camouflaged? And he told me that, maybe the polar bear doesn't need to be camouflaged because nothing chases the polar bear, so maybe it's white to sneak up on seals. So he certainly went from being able to tell me the polar bear is white to really having a more higher order thinking about why a polar bear would be white. A lot of people think that it is really difficult to incorporate higher order thinking into the classroom, and I have no doubt that it is another thing that we need to do, but I also would ask them what it is that they're hoping their students to achieve. If it isn't for them to become reflective learners, for them to be able to analyse what they're doing, for them to be able to be critical thinkers, then it's what we need as teachers and educators, we need to prepare our children with. I think that the way you plan can help incorporate that if it becomes part of what you do with your planning, and that's possible with a framework.